Also a great start. Welcome to Happy Hour. Today I have the lovely Scott Rogers.
Yay.
All the way from Ogden. Thanks for driving up here.
This is basically where we play.
Right. It's been a while. I'm starting to do Happy Hour once a month instead of every week because I'm running out of friends to have on the show. But yeah, so thanks for being here. It's sweater weather, so we're having hot toddies today. And I asked him if he wanted, what did I ask? I'm like, did you want a mulled wine, or a whiskey drink?
Yeah.
And what was your response?
I said, I'm a Southerner. So
bourbon it is.
I'm always, bourbon it is.
Here we are with some
I think
bourbon.
I have most of your bourbons, by the way.
Yeah, I've got a robust collection. I had a hard time at the liquor store today picking out what I was going to have.
Really good.
I haven't opened it yet. Maybe
really,
after the show.
It's really good. I actually prefer the Woodford to it, but it's really good.
He's pointing at the Basil Hayden's, which is
If you want the best bang for the buck, Evan Williams single barrel.
the single barrel. Okay.
$25 a fifth.
Okay.
It'll hold its own against that.
Really?
It's
I
fantastic.
don't think I've had the single barrel.
It's I don't know how I discovered it. Hello.
Patty is just really pumped Scott's here. Anyway, so usually we start the hour off by making the drink, but because of the nature of the hot toddy and no stove top, I went ahead and made it ahead of time. So I'm just gonna pour. Do you want to be Beverly or do you want the Sharks of the Seven Seas?
I want to be Beverly.
Okay, you seem like a Beverly.
Yes.
To me.
Hey, buddy. Yeah.
But so my hot toddy recipe, it's pretty basic, but I like to spice it up a little bit, pun intended, with I take lemon peel, I take lemons, oranges, and I stick cloves into the orange.
Okay.
And then I when I'm heating it up, let it sit in there. And usually this is a beverage that I make while I am like outdoor concerts in the wintertime or the Deer Valley World Cup. They have the ski jumping World Cup, and we always go. So I'll have a thermos. I'll put cinnamon sticks and this oranges with cloves in it, so the cloves don't get all in your drink. You can just stick them in the orange, so they'll stay put, and then you don't drink them. Anyway, so I put all that into and then lemon juice and honey, and you put it all in with the bourbon and the hot water, and then it sits there all day, and then the last sip is like the best sip because all the flavors at the bottom. And then just, garnish with fancy ass spices that I got at TJ Maxx.
There we go. Fantastic.
So cheers.
Cheers.
I hope it's turned out all right. I mean, there's booze and honey in it. Can't be bad. Is that all right? I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Let's just drink these and not play music.
Right? Patty's really pumped. She's throwing toys. She brought like 6 of her dog toys over. So
Yep.
she's out of frame, but hopefully she'll
Right here.
tone it down in a minute.
I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen.
Anyway, so you have the option to either start us off or close it out. So you can either start us off with something.
I'll start.
All right. Then that means I have to close it out with something epic. No pressure.
No pressure. Ramble on.
Which is great because I'm just going to sit here and drink this drink and enjoy it.
I'm going to play.
We have a couple people tuning in.
This banjo is going to be...
Yeah. I think this is a record number of instruments in the space between, I have 2 guitars, you have 3 instruments, and there's a piano here just in case.
I'm a terrible piano player.
Me too. I can play the Christmas song.
This will be on our next record, but I don't sing it. This is one of those songs that the bridge came to me 3 years ago. And it took 3 years to write my way into that bridge. And Shane and Carrie just refused to help. I'd be like, let's work on this song. And they're like, no, you're fine. And, but I played the bridge for Shane, and he goes, you're never going to write your way into that bridge. Okay, challenge accepted.
Alright, here we are.
If I find oh wait, I might keep if I find a way, okay, sorry, to make it okay, meet me in the morning. Would you follow through? Know just what to do. yourself it would just take time? Or did you tell yourself it would be just fine? Oh, we were wrong, 'cause it wasn't at all. I know it isn't right, but I put up such a fight, pretending to enjoy it. I know you'll find a way to make it okay. Pretending to restore it. Oh, did you tell yourself that it would just take time? Oh, did you tell yourself it would be just fine? Oh, but we were wrong, 'cause it wasn't at all. Oh, you and me, look at our damn selves. Oh, it's such a sin, this fantasizing. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. Ooh. If I find a way to make it okay, you need me.
I had to take a picture because Patty was just laying down, just looking up at you behind the song, and I was just.
And now there's a cone and a frisbee and a bone and another bone.
There's just toys everywhere. Thanks, Patty. We appreciate you. Well, it's lovely. I feel like there's a lot of I could hear a lot of harmonies in that song that would just be real. All the feels. I don't know what I'm gonna.
That's one of the weird things about being in a band with 3 singers is that it's like you'll show up with a song, it's like, oh, she sings it better.
Yeah, I've never, like my band, I played in Bonanza Town. For those of you tuning in who never saw my rock band, like I was in a band of guitar players. So I have never been in a band with other singers. So I'm pretty bad at singing harmonies.
Yeah.
And like I can sing to songs. I know patty cakes, go get in your bed. Get in your bed. Get in your bed. That's fine too. You gotta sit, okay? Sit down. Okay, that works. Okay, go girl. Anyway, but yeah, like playing in that band, it's like I didn't even know how to sing when I joined that band. So like, I took voice lessons for a long time when I was playing in that band. Yeah, because I was learning how to sing and play and everything. So Bonanza Town was a steep learning curve for me. I learned everything, but oh, Patty, go take a nap. I don't know what to play. I have this Post-it note with some songs written on it, and I can't decide what mood we're in yet. I think I'm gonna go with.
That was pretty sad.
Should I take it? Just go right along the sad train? Or I mean, that's what we do.
Then I can follow with a song about brain cancer.
Okay. Okay. I see you. sad song? And I raise you a sad song. Alrighty, I'm gonna play the sad song then. This is called Used to the Cold. We're playing with all the capos. We were talking before we started.
We both have
I'm like, how many capos did you bring to the show?
Actually, I think I have 4.
Yeah, so I've got my 2 capos today. Oh my gosh, my dog. Anyway, this song's called Used to the Cold. I don't know. I think I got the title from something I was reading. But I didn't write down what I was reading. I just wrote down the sentence that I liked and wrote a song about it. This was the first song I wrote with my shortcut capo. I bought it at this like workshop, and then I'm like, I better learn to use it.
I'm trying to figure out what key that's in.
I don't know. It's fun.
That is F, I think. Oh yeah.
Okay. It's an F, everybody.
F sharp.
F sharp, everybody. Anyway, so I bought it and I was like, I better learn how to use this thing. I spent $10 on this half of the capo. So I wrote this. I was next to the Green River on my way home from Colorado. I was camping.
Nice.
Sitting out by my campfire all by my lonesome and writing this song. So.
Is that when you were doing your little Colorado tour?
No, this was every year I go to the Rocky Mountain Song School in Lyons.
Yeah.
Where I learn about how to be a songwriter. Anyway, we didn't have it this year, obviously, but.
I know.
Anyway, the song's called Used to the Cold. It's my saddest song.
There we go.
Just another Tuesday night. Bills aren't paid. He yells at me like it's his job, and I take it all in stride. He cracks himself another beer. He says it helps keep his head clear, and I slip out the door. My shift starts at midnight. Dead of winter, the air is bitter nights, as long as they'll ever be. Isn't it strange how we all get used to the cold? Back in college, it was easy then. We had plans to buy a boat and see every beach on land. Days and years came and went. Everything I made, he spent on bottles and bottles and bottles of nothing but dreams turned into sand. Dead of winter, air is bitter nights, are as long as they'll ever be. Isn't it strange how we all get used to the cold? we do, pipes free.
great song. That is a killer song.
I've only ever had one other person accompany me on that song, and it was my friend Marion Brackney played fiddle on it one time.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, I was like, oh,
there's all this
solo that we can do here. And so as I'm going into it, I'm like, I think it goes here, and I can't remember how many phrases. I did like half of each phrase, and that was not right. So thanks for paying attention and playing along and making me look cooler than I am.
I'll do the double capo thing too. You're the only other person I know who does that.
Well, I'm pretty excited.
And it just
about
like
it.
freaks guitar players out at shows. You can tell. They're like, what are you? What?
And they're like, and then you play behind the capo, and they're like,
that's exactly what I'm about to do. I've never seen anybody else do it either.
Nice.
Like play behind the capo like that.
Okay. I'm so that then I have a couple of friends who harass me on the comments. And like, you can harass Scott now too.
Yeah, exactly. I did a songwriters in the round with Rick Gerber one time, and I like met him 10 minutes earlier, and I sat down and played this song, and he goes, "Why do you have two capos?" And I just said, "Take this and put it on your second fret."
And then you learned everything about guitar theory instantly. We have some comments. Connor Moody says you played their friend's wedding in Moab and you were amazing.
Oh wow, awesome! That was so much fun.
And then Nathan Smith says, hello, Utah, my old stomping ground. Sounds great. Keith says, really nice. And Kenneth says, hi. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers, everybody. All right, what's this song called? What do we got? Patty, quit putting
This
toys on
is an older
the
song of mine, and it's based off of two things. Have you ever seen the tribute to Townes Van Zandt on Austin City Limits?
I have not.
It is on YouTube. You can watch the whole thing, and it's amazing because it's like, God, from right to left, it's like Rodney Crowell, Steve Earle, Nancy Griffith, Emmylou Harris, Lyle Lovett. I mean, it's
like
it's all of the Texas songwriters.
All the everybody's.
And Steve Earle plays Fort Worth blues and makes Nancy Griffith cry. And the camera just pans over to her immediately, just right off of Steve Earle. And so I was thinking about that, and then there's this David Wilcox song called Saturday They'll All Be Back Again that has this really cool image of a...
I have a Nancy Griffith song on my pink set.
She's so great. I was just listening to One Fair Summer Evening the other day. Was it... They was afraid they was going to wake up one morning and be living in Oklahoma, and they, by God, didn't want to live in Oklahoma when she introduces Trouble in the Fields. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so Wilcox has this song called Saturday They'll All Be Back Again. It's about cruising the strip. Mm-hmm. And I was just thinking about, like, I never did like my hometown all that much. Like, I just wanted to get out, I wanted to get away. And so I spent most of my life just imagining living somewhere else. And so I wrote a song about what it's like to not like your hometown.
Oh, cool.
Saw your picture in the hometown paper. You were looking off to the side. Right beside you was your sister. A week before, brand new bride. I don't know him, old college boyfriend. Said he may be a lawyer, maybe a child on the way. That's the way it goes every year. Over the hill, the parade disappears. One by one, out of town. This never was my kind of town. Kids all drive now, around in circles. Turn the corner, down the hill to the light. It's the same all weekend, the same that we did as kids. Same old circles, all through the night. The pattern's worn in, when the morning comes, with all that circling, all you've done is find your the way it goes every year. Over there, the parade disappears, one by one, without a sound. And this never was my kind of town. She's a teacher, he's a doctor. She's a lawyer, he's a preacher. She's a teacher, he's a doctor. She's a lawyer, he's a preacher. That's the way it goes every year. Over the hill, the parade disappears, one by one, without a sound. This never was my kind of town. Saw your picture in the hometown paper. You were looking off to the side. So there's your double capo.
I love it. It's just funny because I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, one, the like chromatic walk up on the bass string. I love that move. I use that move a lot.
Right. I saw you reach behind. I was like, oh, she does it too.
And then I'm like, that has such a Lyle Lovett feel to it.
Yeah.
It totally
I'm a
does.
huge Lyle Lovett fan.
I was like, I can hear the Lyle Lovett all over that.
And with this construction, you can go. She said something about going home. That Lyle Lovett song. This is too high, but you can get that same.
We have a lot of similar interests.
Something about needing to spend some time alone. I wondered out loud what it was she had to find. And you're just using like two fingers.
Right? I think that's what I love. Like, when I first learned how to use the shortcut capo, one of the things that I went to this workshop, Justin Roth taught at song school, and talking about like, it's really easy to, I think I'm going to play a Nancy Griffith song, but like when you're playing with it, you can spend a lot of time, like you can do like regular chord shapes and it just adds like that bass line and stuff. And you can just have it be really drony. You just do this the whole time. It doesn't really sound very cool, but if you get into it and you can pick out the notes, you create really cool textures like it. Anyway, I just like love all
that Colin Hay tune, I just don't think I'll ever get over you or whatever it's like. You can do all this cool.
So pretty.
It's cool.
But they, like you're holding down two strings.
One.
At that point, but the one chord short, it just sounds so cool.
Yeah.
For the win! They're the best. I'm going to just use one capo, but I'm going to play a song in open G tuning.
Uh-oh.
Here's hum 3. Speaking of Nancy Griffith, I was like, okay, we'll get this one knocked out.
You're open G? Play one on 3?
Yeah, so I don't know what that does. You do the math.
Let's see what happens.
There was a time on this show.
Are you going to play what I think you're going to play?
Maybe.
Rita was 16 years.
All right, we don't have a problem here. This is great. But there was a time on this show where I was
literally just listening to the song this morning.
I've been obsessed with it lately. Well, I leave one guitar in DADGAD or whatever, and I put it into open G. But I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I need to learn more of these songs so I have a reason to take two guitars places. But, we need reasons. But I used to do on the show every week, I'd do a vote for a cover artist, and I was doing a cover song every week. And then I was like, and then I started going back to work, and I'm like, I can't do like
That's a lot of songs to
on
learn.
Wednesday. I'm like learning, or Thursday afternoon, I'm learning a new song every week. But this was one I learned a while back, and
I love this song so much.
so yeah. Anyway, you know, I love Nancy Griffith stuff. This handy cutout for that one note. Rita was 16 years, hazel eyes and chestnut hair. Really made the Woolworth counter shine. Eddie was a sweet romancer, darn good dancer. They waltzed the aisles of the 5 and 9. And they'd sing, dance a little closer to me, dance a little closer now, dance a little closer tonight, dance a little closer to me, 'cause it's closing time. Love's on sale tonight. Eddie played the steel guitar. His mama cried 'cause he played in bars. Kept the young Rita out late at night. They got married down in Abilene, lost a child in Tennessee. Still their love survived. And they sing, dance a little closer to me, dance a little closer now, dance a little closer tonight, dance a little closer to me, and it's closing time. Love's on sale tonight. It's Friday night. One of the boys in Eddie's band took a shine to Rita's hand, so Eddie ran off with the bass man's wife. Oh, but he was back by June, singing a different tune, sporting Miss Rita back by his side. And he'd sing, dance a little closer to me, dance a little closer now, dance a little closer tonight, dance a little closer to me, 'cause it's closing time. Love's on sale tonight. It's Friday night. Eddie played in the barroom bands, the arthritis took his hands. Now he sells insurance outside. Rita's got a house to keep, dime store novels and a love so sweet. Dance to the radio late at night. They sing, dance a little closer to me, dance a little closer now, dance a little closer tonight, dance a little closer to me, 'cause it's closing time. Love's on sale tonight. This Friday night. Rita was 16 years, hazel eyes and chestnut hair. She really made a Woolworth counter shine. Eddie was a sweet romancer, a darn good dancer. They waltzed the aisles of the 5 and 9. They waltzed the aisles of the 5 and 9. They waltzed the aisles of the 5 and 9.
Going up. You know the live version, right?
The what?
The live version of this?
The live version?
Yeah.
Like,
This is on an album called One Fair Summer Evening.
Oh.
It's a live album of Nancy's. And she explains, like, that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
it's
the elevator doors.
Because she did. I watched a video of her playing it on the BBC. Like
seen it.
and she talks about it there
Yep.
and like the whole going into the Woolworths and stuff.
Yeah.
And so
By golly, I wanted to
this
go
is
into
the
the
sound
Woolworths.
of the elevator in the back of the Woolworths.
Or a lift, as they say in Europe.
Well, that was fun. I mean, I didn't think about. Well, I figured when you were like, "Oh, can I bring other instruments?" I'm like, "Shit, yeah, you can bring other instruments. Bring as many as you want." But I was like, "Oh." I didn't realize you were such a big Nancy Griffith fan, and it would just be a perfect situation for that song.
There were a whole bunch of us in college who were just nuts for Nancy Griffith, and they turned me on. My friend Tara turned me on. Oops. Tara went to Nashville for a long time. Apparently, she was like
Tara Shoop?
No. Her name's Tara Shire, and at that point, I think she was Tara Van Devender. But she lived in Nashville for a long time. And I think she told me one time she was Gillian Welch and Dave Rawlings' neighbor. She worked for Reba for a long time.
Well, that's sweet.
Yeah.
Gillian, however, I don't know. She has a songwriting group that they did like every Sunday or like the second Sunday of the month or something for like 15 years. I'm like, can you imagine being in that songwriting circle?
It's like Sheryl Crow had one too, right?
Yeah.
What was it? Tuesday Evening Social Club or whatever the title of that first album is. That's her. That was her songwriting group.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's funny because I have a songwriting group. I have two of them that I'm in, like one online and one in person. Well, now online. But it's just funny because like so I think of these songs and I'm like, holy cow! Like these people in my group like have so much to do with these songs, and they have. It's like
the group has to be. You have to be very careful about the group though.
Yeah, they're small groups and invite only. Sorry,
we have songwriting sessions. Occasionally, it was just the three of us, and like we're in each other's heads, and we somebody extra came in one time, and it was so awkward, and we were just like, sorry.
Yeah, we have this one. So we have this one habit in my Salt Lake songwriting group where we you play your song and everyone has to sit in silence for 1 minute. Just to like let it sit.
I think I went to that group.
Did you go to Wendy's house? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. So we have this weird rule, right? It's super weird. But we've kind of gotten to it where it's like, you know, when there's some songwriting groups where you sit down and the song ends and like, you should change the bridge to this. You should change the bridge to this. Sure. And so you let it sit for a second and then you kind of like, and you have lyrics in your hand and you're like, okay. So then you can kind of like think about it and then everyone takes their turn giving feedback. But I'm like, people come in and they're like, what are you guys doing? We're like, it's fine. Right. It's like part of our weird thing that we do. And
yeah, you gotta be picky about. Like I've only co-written with a handful of people.
Yeah.
And it's you have to be so picky. And
yeah, they always say co-writing is like dating. Like there's such thing as a bad date.
Yeah, it's right. And Jason Isbell tweeted a few weeks ago that he said songwriting is like trying to solve the Sunday New York Times crossword puzzle in the middle of a therapy session. And I was like, that's the perfect description of songwriting.
Really good description. Yeah. I'm way too much like, no, it's a 7-letter word. It has to be 7 letters.
Yeah, I need 3 syllables here. You know? That's right.
It has to rhyme with above.
Yeah, right, exactly.
All right, what do you got for us? Tell us
Since you played a cover, I'll play a cover.
Cool.
This is a song by a guy named Donovan Woods. You ever heard of him?
I haven't.
He's a Canadian songwriter. He's been writing bro country songs for ages. Sort of like Chris Stapleton, you know?
Saving all the good ones.
And he's saving all the good ones. And this is on this album of his that won like all kinds of Canadian Americana awards. And it's so good.
Well, I'm excited.
I guess before I met you, stubborn heart. When you met my friend, everybody knew that you had me wrapped. I ain't never loved no one like that. When I said I loved you, I didn't care to sit it back. I ain't never loved no one like that. If you'd have just kept walking, we hadn't got to talking. I could go on existing, not knowing what I was missing. But you set the bar for the stubborn heart. When you met my family, everybody knew that you had me wrapped. I ain't never loved no one like that. When I said I loved you, I didn't care if you said it back. I ain't never loved no one like that. Maybe I'll love again, then again. Maybe I won't. Maybe you'll do the same. Maybe you won't. How would I know? When you met my family, everybody knew that you had me wrapped. I ain't never loved no one like that. When I said I loved you, I didn't care if you said it back. I ain't never loved no one like that. 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 Exactly. That's a
That's
great
a good
song.
song.
The whole album's that good. It's just unbelievable.
Will you write that down before you leave?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so good.
That chorus, like, I'm just sitting here thinking, like, that is such a simple
Yeah.
sentence to say.
Yeah.
And then you, like, to me, like, my songwriter brain builds backwards from, like, okay, I never loved no one like that. Then what would you say? And,
Right.
like,
Not that.
yeah, but I'm like, oh my god, that's such a good chorus and just so powerful and so relatable all at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm like, he did it.
And-
He did it. He
and
did the things that we're all trying to do.
And the second verse is a woman.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so this is a duet.
Oh, it's a duet?
Yeah.
Oh my god, so
Yeah.
good. Okay, alright, I'm on board. I'm just gonna sit here. You can just keep serenading me all day.
He's so great though, but like you can hear, you listen to those songs and you're like, oh, I can hear how that was going to be a bro country song. Mm-hmm. But like he stripped back all that production.
Yeah.
And so, but there's no, there's nothing about like girls and Daisy Dukes riding around in the truck,
And just, yeah, that's so good. Alright, what am I gonna do now? I don't even know. I'm gonna do a blues song. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in this.
I'm the worst Mississippian ever. I'm terrible at blues.
Well, I'm a Utahn that just looks like.
And I grew up in Tupelo, Mississippi, birthplace of Elvis.
Like, I don't really know. Yeah, I think Bonanza Town is like my one, like dipping the toe in the water of blues and having a band of guitar players.
Well, that
playing
guitar,
a lot of blues.
your lead guitar player was.
Yeah,
that guy's amazing.
Joey was
he was fantastic.
Yeah, I got
And that Les Paul was something else.
Yeah. Those are some times, man. There was a lot of, like, I got a tambourine in that band because there was a lot of guitar soloing happening in that band, and I had a lot of free time as a singer. So I got really good at tambourine. I remember watching videos of Tedeschi Trucks Band backup singers and the way that they played tambourine to learn how to play tambourine, because I'm like, I have a lot of time for like a Derek Trucks length guitar solo right now, and quality, like, and caliber of that guitar solo too. So.
Yeah, we have a rule in the proper way that no, we're never allowed to have two guitars at the same time.
Yeah.
It's always either a piano and something else, or a guitar and something else. I think two guitars, like two dudes with guitars, is just like the most
There was
boring thing.
the early years of Bonanza Town. We had Joey Woodward and Forrest Green, two guitar players, and then I was playing rhythm guitar, just acoustic, because I was like newbie to the whole scene. But like, I mean, we only had like 7 songs in our sets.
Because they're so long.
So long, like so many. And like everybody got solo, and they had this bass player for a while, like Eric Blood, who's amazing, but he played these bass solos that were like amazing, but it was just like, I'm like, is this a widespread panic concert?
Nobody wants a bass solo.
He was really fun to play with, but he was just, that was a different time in my life. Now I'm just folking it up over here as much as I can with this blues song. This is called I Do That Too. I started on the turnaround because I'm a white girl from Utah. Patty, don't dare drop down on the keyboard. If you want me to hold you in the dark, I wouldn't let go until I heard the morning lark. If you want me just to love you, oh, oh, baby, I do that too. If you ask me, nothing but the truth. These lips would never falter, or let a false word pass on through. If you ask me just to love you, oh, oh, baby, I do that too. The whole damn world could be knocking at my door, while a whisper from your lips is loud and clear. Nothing could take me away, not a freight train or a hurricane, not as long as you hold me near. Take one.
I'm not in this key.
Need me to stay always by your side. I'd be the honey, like the shore to your tide. If you need me, just to love you. Oh, oh, baby, I do that too. Yeah, if you need me, just to love you. Whoa, whoa, baby, I do that too. Whoops. Oh, almost had it.
Mandolins are not built for.
I know, I was like, oh yeah, this is deep. Sorry. It's like I could have taken it up to C and made your life so much easier.
I can capo it, but like mandolin players are snooty about that. Like,
Yeah.
so, like, mandolin players are snooty about that. So like if you capo, like it's cheating.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All our snooty mandolin players tuned in right now.
Yeah, right.
Just kidding.
I'm trying to think.
As I was getting to that, and you're like, not this key. I'm like, oh, I could have easily averted this issue.
Oh no, I think. I think I will play the song about. Yeah. So, like I told you, I don't ever play this stuff live. So they got recorded, and then that's it.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, we were talking about this beforehand. we're talking about gigs and the lack thereof and changes and things and looking for listening room situations in Utah specifically. There's a lot of work, but there's not a lot of listening rooms. And I was just thinking this too. Last 2 weeks ago I played an IAMA show, an Intermountain Acoustic Music Association show, which I posted on YouTube if you guys want to watch it. But that's where we met. That was the first time we met. Was we played that show together, which is like the best show, and IAMA is like the coolest. Yeah. And such a good time, and that was the first time that we had hung out. Was we played the show together. Chill.
We talked about microphones.
We did. Probably did the little gear chat. No, go lay down somewhere.
Let's go. Just let me hold you. Would you be still? Would you calm down your mind and then let me in? Or would you stop walking all over me? We both know your claws are dug into me. Oh, I have moved so much for you. You just walk away as if you're unsure. But I've tried to listen to all that you say. Can't make any sense out of the pleas that you made. Accept my love, to accept my love, to expect my love. I need you to let me hold you tight, and don't put up a fight. Please don't put up a fight. I know you're sneaking but no, I don't mind as long as you're home when it's light. Beg you to come to me down low. You just walk away as if you're unsure. I need you to accept my love, to accept my love. Let me hold you tight. Don't put up a fight. Please don't put up a fight. You only want me, don't have the time. And I know it's alright if I make up your mind. I need you to accept my love. Accept my love, to expect my love. I need you to let me hold you tight, and don't put up a fight. Please don't put up a fight. I need you to accept my love, to accept my love. Expect my love. I need you. Let me hold you tight. Don't put up a fight. Please don't put up a fight. I need you to accept my love. To accept my love. Expect my love. I need you. Let me hold you tight. Don't put up a fight. Please don't put up a fight. song's about?
Yeah.
The working title, can I cuss?
Yeah.
The working title of that song was Doug is an Asshole. So one night, my cat Doug.
Oh my God. I was just thinking, I'm like, I want to sing this song to Patty.
Yeah. One night he would not settle down, and he was just like literally putting his butt like on my bald head, and I would grab him and hold him, and I was like, just settle down, just accept my love, Doug, just accept my love. And so he finally ran off, and I keep my phone by the bed, and I started writing this lyrics.
Oh my God, that's so funny, because when you were singing that, I was just thinking, I would like to sing this song to Patty, and I'd like to dedicate it to her, because she is not a big snuggler.
Neither's my
and
my
so
hubby.
I hold her, and I hold her like a baby, and she hates it. I'm like, just let me love you.
Yeah, so I've been told never to tell anybody what that song's about. So.
Oh, that's so funny. But it's like it's such a pretty song. And that was not my first thought, just so you know. My first thought was like, I love the accept and expect my love. Oh, that is so nice. Like, not only does it rhyme, but it's just like such a nice turn, because you say accept twice.
Yeah.
And then the third time you say expect, and I'm like, oh, good job. Like, what a nice choice of lyrics. Like, so great. Cool.
What you doing, buddy?
Patty G Cakes. Her middle initial is G, and her last name is Cakes. She has her own Instagram. If you want to follow her, _Patty_Cakes.
I'm doing it right now. What is it? P_Patty?
_Patty_Cakes. The Patty Cakes. The one and only hot mess Patty Cakes. There was one. I'm thinking about doing a Patty Cakes bloopers reel of this show, because there was one time when Jordan Young was on my show, she had the full-on zoomies in the background and then just pooped. And I don't know if anyone saw it, but I'm like, I think I'm going to make it into a clip and post it, because I watched it back and I cried. I was laughing so hard. So we might need to do a Patty G Cakes blooper reel just for her antics. Funny. Oh, what do we play? Do you want... Okay, I think we'll do... I don't know, should I do one and then you do one and we'll call it a day? Is it already been an hour? Is that the time? Man, time flies. I'm going to make you close us out.
Okay.
I know I lied to you, but...
Okay.
Would you like to hear like an upbeat song? I can put it in C if you want to jam with it. Or a romantic song with metaphor, or a feelings song about quarantine.
About quarantine?
Well, it's not about quarantine, but it's not about quarantine.
I have a feeling there's a lot of quarantine songs.
Right.
I've had a handful fall out here in the last couple of days. The other day, I wrote a song about a tightrope walker that's not a metaphor. Like, I took the metaphor and made it the real thing.
That's fun. I like that.
And he's so frustrated because he's just walking back and forth between these two things.
Like,
so the whole thing is just like, I hate this.
This sucks. This is real life, but a metaphor for everyone else's life. Yeah. What are you feeling like? What are you feeling?
I don't know.
Lots of feelings.
I like pretty songs. I like pretty slow songs. I'm always drawn to those.
Alright, this song is imbued with metaphors. And this is one of my favorites right now. This is called The Moon and the Mountain. Nice handy little scene. There's a diminished chord in the bridge though, so have fun.
I'll just get that one.
So loved the mountain, she laid silver kisses on his shoulders. Though the mountain hungered to hold her song fed his soul.
Didn't expect that, G.
The mountain studied the curves of her face, when storm clouds and thunder intruded. The pull of gravity rooted their long distance hearts. There are some things time doesn't touch, their long distance hearts. In phases of darkness, low tides and high, when the world comes between them, their devotion doesn't ask why. There are some things time doesn't touch, when forever is barely enough, when forever is barely enough, it's barely enough.
That's a cool song. I like that.
Thank you. Yeah, that song I outsourced. It was just a CFGC song for a long time, and then I outsourced to have a friend named Ron in Texas. I'm like, Ron, I need some fancy chords for my plain ass song, and he sent me a bunch of fancy ass chords, and now no one can jam with me. I'm like, change coming. Be ready.
Okay, I'm not gonna do the brain cancer song.
Oh, okay.
It's really sad.
Okay.
It's never like, oh, like E minor, oh my God, brain cancer. It's not like that. It's, you wouldn't know what it's about unless I told you.
Okay.
But I think I'm gonna do. Okay. Uplifting or really cool metaphor.
I love metaphors.
All right.
I don't need to be uplifted. Just kidding, I totally do.
Something's out of tune. It's not quite. Oh, there it is.
I think it's your bass.
No, you're right. So while I tune for a second.
Tell us about, if you can multitask, which I feel like you're better at this than me, what you want strangers or friends on the internet to know about Scott Rogers' music, The Proper Way, Ogden City Limits. What's going on? What do you want them to know about?
We are right now gaming out the next season of Ogden City Limits.
Okay.
So we've whittled.
Tell the fine people about Ogden City Limits.
So Ogden City Limits is a video project that that we do where we operate a small recording studio in Ogden, and we invite our friends in to teach us one cover song and one original song, and we video and record the entire process, warts and all.
Oh, great.
And and so and we edit that down to like a 20-minute little video. And our plan last year was to roll this out like once a month. And we'd gotten an Ogden City Arts grant for it. It was great, yeah. And everybody was really excited about it. And then COVID hit. And so all of a sudden, all the gigs dried up. And so we were like, let's get these out as quickly as possible so we can get these people some money. And so, you know, I think we started with Michelle Moonshine. And then, let's see, it was Michelle. And then who came next? Carrie Myers was in there at one point. And the irony of Carrie's was that we wound up doing a Billie Eilish tune with a banjo and a Fender Rhodes and a ukulele. Cool. And we had never heard it. Shane and I had never heard it. And she just taught it to us. And Shane kept asking, like, is this how it goes? And she's like, oh yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, no, it says nothing like the original.
Which is sometimes awesome.
Yeah, but we had
I love that.
we had Michelle, we had Carrie, we had Andrew Wiscombe, we had Christian Scheller, who's got just a...
Andrew's been on this show.
He's so great.
He's so great.
We had such a good time. He told the dirtiest joke I'd ever heard. So yeah, and then we finished out this season with Marnie Proudfoot. I don't know if you know her. She is fantastic. But she plays a lot of stuff in like 5/4 time.
Whoa.
And so like there's a section of a song where like Shane just had to kind of feel it on the piano, and like I was like, I can't even count it. Like, I mean I can count it, but she wasn't. It was really hard. So I said I'm just really glad all I had to do was like trill on the mandolin
until you're ready to jump back in. Well, that's cool. So check out Odgen City Limits. It's on YouTube. You can subscribe to the channel.
Yep. Oh, and we need 31 more subscribers, and then we get the cool custom URL. You can't get a custom URL on YouTube until you have 100 subscribers.
Cool. I have 65, so if you want to join mine too, wow.
And yeah, and so your URL could, like we was on a call the other day. We don't do a lot on YouTube just because you have to have.
I'm not like a 17. Well, I have a ring light now,
right.
So I'm on my way. But like, I feel like there's like 17-year-old girls who are just like crushing YouTube.
They are
with like makeup tutorials. I'm like, I don't know how to do this.
And we don't like. We just like we'll put a video on Facebook and it'll get 10,000 streams, and we'll put a video on YouTube and it'll get 100.
Yeah.
And
can you teach me how to get to 10,000 though?
We can help. I did the math the other day, and Ogden City Limits has had 30,000 streams so far, just on Facebook.
That's so cool.
It's actually north of that because we have teasers and trailers and stuff for everything, and I didn't count those. I just counted the streams for the actual episodes. And so anyway, so we do that, and then my band, The Proper Way, is we've recently become a trio, and now everything has 3/4 harmonies all the way through it. So. And it's we are insanely lucky that we all three sing really well together.
That is so cool.
And so yeah, and it's but there's no gigs. So
if you have a COVID-friendly outdoor open space,
yeah, absolutely, we will play anywhere outside. We'll play anywhere outside, but being inside right now,
it's tough. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
I'm getting tested every 2 weeks just in case.
Just in case. Yeah. Well, thank you for driving up to Heber and having this lovely time with me, and thanks everybody for tuning in. But Scott Rogers, bring us home with a lovely tune while I just sit here.
This is a song about wishing that that relationships had black boxes like airplanes, so that you could be like, what went wrong? And so the idea is it's like two TSA agents going through the wreckage of a relationship.
Ooh. Right, second now.
Everything she said, everything he heard, sped into a blur and rolled into the distance, rolled to some other town. But he'll never know, he will never understand. Just like everything she said, and everything he heard, was the same thing she always used to say. And now she'll say it again to someone else in another town far away. He won't know, she won't know the reasons why everything spun out of control. And the only thing that's left for her to do is to sift through the debris. everything she said, everything he heard. Everything she said, everything he heard. Everything she said, everything he heard.
You write some pretty songs.
Thank you.
I love pretty songs, and you're like, I just feel like I spend a lot of time with sad songs, and like you have a lot of like, they're not necessarily, they're just like, there's a lot of feelings, but they're pretty, and
Yeah.
they can be sad, but at the same time, like you just have like this lovely.
I've got a lot of sad songs too, but I try to write.
Oh, Patty.
I've lately been moving out of that kind of sort of confessional mode.
Uh-huh.
That, like we all start there, right?
Yeah.
And I've for the last 10 years or so, I've been moving way out of that and writing far more like ballads and duets and call and response between a man and a woman or something like that. Which is now convenient that there's a woman in the band. So.
That's so handy. Well, thank you so much for sharing all these wonderful songs and coming up and hanging out. And everyone, thanks for tuning in. And I don't have a plan for next month. I will have it on the show next month. I haven't picked my person. I don't know what day. Whatever. I just get better at this. You think I know what I was doing? I don't. It's cool. Anyway, thanks everybody. Take care and have a happy Thanksgiving. And go check out Scott Rogers with The Proper Way.
Yep.
There's a link in the description. And Ogden City Limits.
Yeah.
Cool. Take care, everybody.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.